What's going on? I I just heard someone talking about being wise in thy latter end. And basically that's it's like this. It's kind of like learn from your mistakes. To be wise in thy latter end, it's like to be wise in thy latter end must mean that in the beginning you were foolish. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes people don't get that. They don't see the that even though still ironically it's a little bit different than what it looks like. And then uh yeah, here sometimes it's like this. It's not me. It's what God's showing me. You can't take no credit for it for yourself. And that's the thing when you're wise in thy latter end, and after you've done fumbled up every single thing, it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you can't really take credit for either way. If you can't take credit for your good, you know what I'm saying? In the end, even your bad, to some extent, you really can't take credit for it. It's not so much what I'm seeing, it's what God's showing me. You know what I'm saying? There's a big difference there. It's not coming from me there. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's painfully obvious to me that there's some kind of quantum entanglement, synchronicity things going on. Some people would like to attribute it to something else, but I believe it's just it's uh it's just it's the way God speaks to people, because you know when you're still, I guess, you know, going through the folly that could make you wise in thy latter end, or you know it can make you more prideful. You know, that's the difference there, because uh God resisted the proud. You know what I'm saying? But the fear of God is the beginning of knowledge, understanding. And it's like fear really doesn't mean like, oh, I'm constantly scared God's gonna hit me with a lightning bolt. It's more like, hey, I revere these things here about this because they're true, and I know that to be true because I've seen it empirically. And you know what I'm saying? And like I said, and it's just it's not so. See, sometimes people think that a person's trying to get blown up off the juice, but that's not even true. It's more like uh, it's just you pass along the credit where credit's due, and you can't claim none for yourself. And this is the only one that's the, like I see it many freaking times, man. Straight away, forget which manner of man you are, and that's not. You can't even be wise if you're still falling into those types of mindsets, and that's what people will misconstrue it as too sometimes. And uh, it's like you know that people really do have to go through great tribulation, and people try to make light of it. You know what I'm saying? When it's like, don't make no lighter than it is, and don't make no more out of it than it is. It is what it is sometimes, and you just let things be. You don't have to cast an opinion. You know what I'm saying? See, that's the thing. You know, I felt like people telling me sometimes it's like if you've ever been with an ambulance before, it doesn't matter what you say. They don't. They're trained not to listen to you. They're trained to tell you it's gonna be okay. And I see people kind of get that mindset sometimes, even though it's partially true. But when it's coming from the wrong heart, it's not really true. It's a lie, and it's not very comforting. And that's kind of what I mean. It's like, look, uh, when you can't, you can't look. Sometimes look, an action, an intercession's required, and you don't need to say nothing. So you can't advise your way through certain things. You can't. All you can say is, "I hear you. I feel you. I'll pray for you." That's what I learned from this. That's about all people can do, and they don't have to. Here's the thing: you can't cure a worry by adding more worry upon a person. That's really what the analogy was. You know what I'm saying? So And like I said, I can't claim no credit for these things because I'm just here, man. I'm just going through these things. I didn't plan my life. You know what I'm saying? So I can't take no credit for the way things are going, other than hey, I've made many mistakes. But like I said, and that's kind of I think this whole world's designed that way to where like, look, uh, even if you weren't born wise, you can become wise at thy latter end. But through great tribulation, man, is what it'll actually take to pull people out of the matrix.